welcome back to the Sports Set. You've got to love Monday nights in the fall, especially when it means Monday Night Football. This week's matchup would fare the Philadelphia Eagles at 6-2 against the 3-5-1 Carolina Panthers. More importantly, it would be Super Cam versus the return of the Sanchez. Mark Sanchez would get his first start since 2012, now for the Eagles. Early on in the first, Panthers are down 10-0, and Cam Newton would test Sir Isaac Newton's theory of gravity, throwing a 61-yard shot to Greg Olsen that will lead to John Stewart's 1-yard jump for the Carolina touchdown. We're late in the first quarter now when Big Daddy Darren Sproles would catch a punt, find a seam, cut to the left like he's playing Madden, find a nice spot on the sideline, and see you later, a 65-yard touchdown return, and it's only the second quarter. Finally, Marky Mark and the Matthews bunch connect in the end zone for a touchdown. Let's flash forward to the fourth quarter, and looking like he's playing against the Patriots in January 2011, Sanchez connects again with Jordan Matthews for a touchdown and just ended already. 45-21, Eagles destroy the Cam Jam and the Panthers, who want some cheesesteak. Mark Sanchez certainly did, going full tourist after the win and eating at local Gino and Pat's in Philly with adoring fans. Taking a look back at NFL action from around the weekend, what's football without a little fun? Starting things off from the blowout win for Green Bay, fourth quarter in the red zone, Jay Cutler throws an interception off of the head of Kyle Long, intercepted by the Packers. Next up, the question is, I asked myself before the sportscast, why so serious? Going down to Louisiana and the thriller between the 49ers and the Saints, look, it's the Joker from The Dark Knight. Jimmy Graham celebrating him with him after the touchdown. And finally, here's a good old classic one. A fan dressed as Kansas City Chiefs head coach Andy Reid with a restaurant menu for a play card. Feel like I could make a winning lunch with that playbook. All right, let's get back to business. It's Tuesday, which means the College Football Playoff Committee is pulling the hot new rankings from the oven. There were quite a few shakeups due to a rocky weekend in college football. Number 3 Auburn fell to Texas A&M in probably the most heartbreaking fashion and will fall out of the Final Four, which opens the door for Alabama to take spot number 4. Those rankings will be officially announced at 7:30 on ESPN. And finally, let's take a look a long ways away from the playoffs, where the NBA is still fresh in the new season. We're in the United Center for Chicago versus Detroit. To quote the rapper Drake, had to Derrick Rose the knee up before I got the re-up. Coming off a couple seasons to recover from an ACL injury, Rose would get the ball rolling early with a one-handed hook shot. Later in the first, it would be the boom boom pow as Pau Gasol sinks a long two to put the Bulls up by 9. Catching up in the second, the small forward Caron Butler fades away for a long jumper and gets the and one. Late second, pow, 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 I feel like Emeril Lagasse. Pau Gasol smashes the dunk home. Later on in the fourth, DJ's got us falling in love again. DJ Augustin sinks a long jumper from the corner to put Detroit within 2, but it would be the Butler with the rock on the perimeter who would kill the Pistons' comeback as the Bulls went on to win 102-91. That's all I have from the world of sports for you today. Back to you, Clayton.